Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
Special guest on the line. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Can you tell the audience who you are?
Yes, sir. My name is John Arnold. I'm the National Sgt At Arms of the 1% Cossack.
How you doing, buddy? You know, we were just talking about how the lifestyle has become, where it's mostly like schoolgirls than anything nowadays, with the advent of the internet and all that kind of shit. And we were actually talking earlier about the situation with that one guy that came out, gave an interview to Jim over at Legendary Biker Radio. And I was telling him, you know, it's kind of funny how everybody took off and rode with that guy and didn't even do the background research on him. And all you had to do was put in his name and shit and read an article from the Waco Tribune. And next thing you know, he's in there, even admitted that he was talking to cops 2 weeks before because he got busted and all that shit. What can you tell us about it?
Man, that's you pretty much hit the nail right on the head there. We a couple weeks before Twin Peaks, we went down there. A couple of us went to dinner at Don Carlos there to check out the bike line over at Twin Peaks. The things were getting pretty hot around Waco at that time, and seeing who was hanging out, you know, what was going on. And while we were over there, he took it upon himself to take his kid up there, and cops recognized him and pulled him over, took him to jail for endangering a child. He had a weapon in the vehicle. You know, he was right back out, which that was kind of easy right off the bat. And then just I don't know, man. It's just the guy it's piled up on him.
Right. Now, can you, he was, how many clubs was he in?
Oh, man, right off the top of my head, he tried to start the Blues Fighters in Waco, that failed. He was in the Lost Cabs, Cossacks, Dirty Knuckles, a couple car clubs that I can remember. I've known the man 15 years. I've never actually had a personal problem. You know, Waco's big, but it's not that big, so been riding bikes as long as we have. We've run into each other for over the years.
Right, right. Now, what do you say about some of the accusations he was making in that interview?
Oh, man, that's just ludicrous. All I can say is show me the proof. Why would a grown man bring in women and children and try and belittle a family who lost a son? I mean, the guy's he's just I don't want to cuss on your show, but he's a piece of
go ahead.
shit.
Go ahead, man. We cuss all the time. I'm one of the worst.
It's just, I mean, and the other guy, about rugby, he's a 2-year bike rider. He's brand new to the lifestyle. He's got no idea what he's doing. It's just crazy. I just can't believe these two grown men act this way.
Right. Now, what with the accusations, because one of the things that really struck me was he was really going after your president and vice president. And from what I'm understanding is they're still under indictment in Waco. So if that's the case, how the hell are they snitches?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really listen to the interview. I was so disgusted about the first 5 minutes, I turned it off. So, in fact, if you could help me out with that question, I mean, what were they saying that Owen Reeves is a snitch?
Yeah, Owen Reeves and Chaos were a snitch. That Chaos turned on his uncle or something like that and got him 75 years. You know, down them freaking lines. And it really didn't make no sense to me. Because I'm sitting here thinking, well, goddamn, these guys are still under indictment in Waco. How the fuck, if they're rats and all this bullshit, where's all the deals?
Yeah, exactly. Now, I do remember something about the Black Curtain Society or something they were spouting off that Owen's been a part of this witness protection plan. I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
It's insane, and it's not backed up by any proof, no kind of proof on paper whatsoever. It's just two lonely guys you know, they both got like 4 or 5 Facebook names, so they get on there and they Facebook warrior the shit out of us and comment on their own Facebook, talking to themselves. It's really pathetic. It's kind of sad.
It's like little schoolgirls, ain't it?
Exactly what it is. And you know, we're a man's club. We don't deal with that shit.
Right. Now, what do you say to people like that one stupid ass group that came out and started saying, "See, look, you got to know what you're getting into." Why these were the same people that welcomed you guys with open arms in Illinois, I guess, at that Rosie's Fest.
Yeah, I don't really have a comment on that, man. I'm not too versed in that. That's above my pay grade. You talking about Big Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just like the Mark White thing. As soon as we found out that, he was a snitch, we cut all ties with the guy and didn't want anything to do with him.
Right. Now, you guys didn't, you guys did find out he was a snitch and you cut all ties with him. You actually put a statement up on your club website about him.
Yeah, I believe so.
Rock on.
I haven't been on there in a while. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, what do you tell our audience? Because you got a large audience right now. What do you tell them about some of the stuff that's flying about your club and this Mark White and all that shit? What do you want to tell them?
Man, the truth will set you free. I would love to see some evidence of some sort of anything that these guys say. I mean, just anything.
Right.
It's just the craziest thing ever. I've never seen keyboard warriors in such fashion. It amazes me that these guys can sleep at night. He put up this picture with him and what's that Bandido's name? Candyman.
Yeah.
He put that picture up there to poke at Owen. And the funny thing is, the man's got a picture of Candyman, Bandido Candyman, with his head blown off in his house. I mean, the he's a lunatic.
Right. Now, this is another subject that I like discussing on the channel. How does what goes on social media actually affect the streets? Does it make it more dangerous for club members or what?
I believe it. I mean, it could, but I think that most 1% clubs or most clubs in general, nobody's really paying attention to social media. It's just, that's for the women and children. You get out there and see where the picnic's at that weekend or whatever, but I don't think that most men really pay attention to it like that.
Right. Now, we just got a question from one of our audience. It's from James Provo. It says, Hollywood, are any of these clubs trying to help the Mongols with them down, the Mongols being down there? Now, you guys are neutral in all that stuff, aren't you?
Yes, sir. We don't support anybody but ourselves. We're trying to grow slow and do things right. And it's a painful task, man. I didn't think it was going to be this hard, honestly. But we got some good leadership, and things are they're starting to pan out finally. But yeah, as far as we don't back anybody. Right.
Now, what led you guys? Because a lot of people are asking, the Ugly Man Cossack, you got your lineage from there. What made you guys want to go on your own and 1%?
Well, while we were heated up with the Bandidos, there was about 55 to 60 of us that really did all the work. And, after the Twin Peaks thing, the Cossacks kind of turned their backs on us. And we just decided it was time to do something different. And, because we used to pour patches to take care of our own. We live by that here, and the rest of them sure didn't.
Right. And that's how you guys basically got on your. But is Mark White affiliated with anybody anymore? Because it kind of strikes me funny that his name was in that newspaper where he admitted talking to the cops about the business of the clubs. For one, you don't do that bullshit. Most New Jacks on this channel don't realize that, but you don't go out and talk to the cops about club business. And there he
at all.
No, and then he turned around in that interview and said, well, I'd never talk to cops unless, well, maybe my motorcycle was stolen. Then I'd have to call them and stuff. What do you? That seems like the height of hypocrisy to me.
It is exactly that, Hollywood. I know for a fact he got in trouble and he went in and spilled the beans on everything the man knew about the red and gold world. And, he was a lost cab for a while, so, he knew a lot about it. We got a lot of information from him while we were running around. But, it's just, you don't ever talk to the police for any reason. Not any reason.
Right. Now, can you explain to the audience why that is the case? I try to, bang it in everybody's head, because, our channel is mostly club friendly, and we believe in the COC and all the old ways and traditional stuff like that. But can you explain to them why it's so important, why we don't affiliate ourselves with cops? We don't, it's not that, anybody's doing anything criminal. It's just like, it's always, in the old days, there was a line in the sand. Clubs were on one side, the cops were on the other, and we didn't intermingle at freaking all. And now you got freaking clubs out there accepting cops in them. And, how does that affect the club scene, you think?
Man, that's a good question. Yeah. Oh.
And I'm not talking about, I'm just talking, you're a club member, yeah, but, just as an individual, what do you think about that? How it's became and how dangerous I believe that is that cops are actually being allowed in clubs.
Well, when men have problems, you go to the man and you take care of the problem. We believe in that strongly, but when you have cops involved, they're handing down some serious time, man. When somebody's looking at 10, 15, 20 years for something that shouldn't even be brought to light at all, it's crazy.
Right. And you know what? What's interesting with what this Mark White had to say about chaos, and that fat Jabba the Cunt ran with. Well, he's a rat, he's a rat, he's a rat. Well, I don't know a rat that's facing life in prison right now for a Mob 1 charge. Do you?
No, sir, not at all. Like I said again, that's just more of him running that job. Where's the proof? Right. Where is the proof? I mean, the man, he obviously can get a hold of you and email any proof that he's got on that, and by God, if that's the case, we'll handle that situation as it comes as well. But that's craziness.
Well, we asked Mark White to be on our show, but he refuses because he knows that I'm not the interviewer. I'll actually get up into the questions and what's up. Not saying nothing against Jim. I think he did as a reporter, did a great interview with him, but I just don't think he got in there and asked the hard questions.
Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Mr. Parks. Throughout the whole trial and everything, it was just, we kind of got a bad leg on there, a bad shake on that whole trial. And I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not a big fan of his. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't really listen to the interview because I was disgusted with it in the first couple minutes of it. Right.
Now, me and my, I have a co-host on once in a while. His name is New York. And we talked about it earlier in this week about how the Mongols case is going to affect the rest of the club scene if they lose that. What is your viewpoint on what's going on right now with the government trying to freaking take the Mongols patch?
Oh, it's going to be bad for everybody. They've made it so bad now you can't hardly ride down the street with your cut without them trying to pull you over and take your pictures and look at your tattoos and go through your shit. It's ridiculous. They're profiling. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Now,
profile people like that.
I actually say Texas is ground zero for the motorcycle profiling right now, don't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I hate to see it to even anybody, even somebody that I can't stand or hate. You drive down the road, you see them standing on the side of the road with their shirt off, being photographed. It's belittling. It's ridiculous. And I don't even see how that's even legal.
Right. Well, there was a video that surfaced, what was it, a week ago or so, and it wasn't from one of your club members, but it was from the other side. I think it was Red and Gold's support club. Now, this kid didn't have nothing wrong. All he was doing was going to school, I believe it was. And next thing you know, just because he had a patch on, the cops are saying, get off the freaking bike. We need to document your tattoos and all that stuff. So what do you say to these, because there's a lot of naysayers out there. One guy actually came on and said, fuck the Confederation of Clubs, fuck motorcycle clubs. They're nothing but a bunch of criminals, and, they're trying to implement Sierra law or some bullshit. What do you say to them kind of guys?
Well, all I can say to that is look at the Twin Peaks case. 177 of us arrested. I think there was 8 people who had prior arrest records out of the whole group. I'm talking Red Gold, us, everybody. So, the motorcycle world, it's not cheap to do this. It's expensive, and it's hard on you when you have a family and you don't make the money that you should be making, but it's not cheap to bike. And to have these people say, it's easy to dismiss everything, and people love to, hate us. They must be pushing meth or strippers or whores or something, but get out of town, man. That's right. Crazy.
Well, it ain't,
I'm probably the brokest criminal in the world, then.
It ain't like it used to be in the early days, man, when that shit was going around. What a lot of these guys don't understand is it's 2018, and it ain't 1970, 80, or 90 anymore where we used to get away with that kind of shit. Who the hell wants to face 25 to life when it's easier just to do shit legal and you to make, just as much money, when you take out what you would have to pay in lawyer fees and all that bullshit if you got caught up. So for those who are out there saying, well, clubs are nothing but criminals and blah, 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 that's more on the law-abiding club bullshit side. And that's where you get a lot that, are Iron Legacy, you got them fucking, because that Alliance of Law-Abiding Clubs going out there pushing that shit. And we take them on all the time with that kind of bullshit. And what a lot of people don't understand is, when clubs fuck up and shit like that, it's only a couple of the people, 2, 3, 4 out of a freaking whole national freaking club that gets, caught up in some shit like that. That don't mean the whole damn club's criminal.
Yeah, and then they word your indictments and whatnot to make it a gang, quote unquote, where they can charge everybody with what 2 stupid asses did. You hit a point a minute ago. One of the main reasons I joined the Cossacks when I came to the Cossacks is because I went on a ride with them. Spike puts on a thing that was called Cossacks for Kids, and it was they did Christmases for several families in the Waco area. And I was really impressed with that, and the brotherhood, and it was just a great scene, man. And it just all fell to shit for some reason.
Right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man, and giving your guys a side.
#1 Internet Biker Radio Show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any one of these platforms so you can be notified right away when our weekly episode is uploaded so you never miss an episode.
Hi, this is James Hollywood Machikari. Hop on over and check out our new YouTube channel where you can hear Motorcycle Madhouse and watch the Biker Angle. You can look up the new channel by going to our website, HarleyLiberty.com, or Insane Throttle Biker News in the YouTube channel search bar. Don't forget to have that prospect hit the subscribe button and that bell in the upper right hand corner so you will always be up to date with the new channel content.
Motorcycle Madhouse with James Hollywood Machikari.
Yep, good to go.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
And welcome back. We have everybody's new favorite commentator, and that is New York. How you doing, New York?
Good, man. How's everything?
Yeah, it's going pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. So today we're going to be talking about Chuckie Cheese, man. Seems like he's been making some waves out there on the internet to try to get some attention drawn to himself.
Yeah, he is, and he's not stopping either. Hopefully he goes back to what he was originally starting his YouTube channel over, was about the open road and about, you know, things he's seen, his pitches and stuff like that. That's how I originally heard about him, was on YouTube by accident. But then I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the line, he fucking changed and he started talking stupid.
Right.
So,
well, from my understanding, this is the usual cycle for him, that he gets a bug up his ass and he tries to find subjects that he can counter against. That way to get more viewers to his channel.
You know what? You know what I'm having a hard time understand though. It depends. His views change from video to video, so you don't know what where his stance really is, because, like I said, in one video, or even in his articles, in one video, he's saying how the country was built on the Constitution and all men are created equally, and this and that, and then he puts a post something to the effect that I took a screenshot of it, because I just like the post shit that he says, how he contradicts himself, in case we ever had a debate and I wanted to be able to read a direct quote from him. But he put something to the effect how, all black mothers are good for is teaching their kids on how to steal, this and that. But then in the video he's saying all men are created equal, this and that, everybody should be treated accordingly. And then he puts some stupid shit like that. And in my opinion, those type of comments is what gives bikers a bad name. That type of stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever know what his view is, where he stands, because each fucking video contradicts one another. The videos that I started watching, he found a nice niche for himself, like that guy, I think his name is Scooter Tramp Scotty or something like that. Was another guy who has a lot of good shows, and he sticks to the open road, the people that he meets, his experiences, how he earns money, working like at the Biketoberfest or Sturgis. Thing, it's a nice niche to have. And from what I could tell, I thought originally that's what Chuckle and Jives was doing. But then you start watching more videos and you start reading his posts and his blogs, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? And that's why I wrote that article about some of his comments, because they were all over the place. But what he does is, I know what he does. He'll say he agrees he'll have a debate on an open mic. Okay? So then he'll find a reason he wants to know the premise of the debate. Technically what he wants is like a fucking he wants a complete printout of everything you're going to say beforehand. And I told him, I said, if you read my article, you would have seen what I want to debate with you about. But he kept finding reasons. Well, unless I get this, that he wants a fucking what's that word I'm looking for, Amanda? He wants an itinerary. What the fuck you're gonna talk about? And I says, can't we just talk man to man on an open mic? And I says, and come up with shit on the fly, if anything. And that wasn't good enough. And then he kept bringing the whole subject on his post. Well, until little Jimmy has the 2 debates that he backed out of, and Black Dragon, he kept like diverting it to you guys, and I even sent it on a.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what? Let me address that right there. What's funny about him is he even admitted it, because I put this up on one of the videos showing his response, that he didn't want to. He claims he was too busy to drive out here when he knows damn well the debate was supposed to be held in Chicago, right? Because he's in Tinley Park, which is outside of Chicago. I really love how he goes, and I'm Chicago Chuck. He's not from Chicago. He's from Tinley Park. It's not even
Chicago sounds more cool and more badass. That's why he
But it was supposed to be set up in Chicago with a club member present, because we believe in giving both sides of the story. Now, I guess he didn't want to show up where a club member was, but here he is talking all this crap on the internet about him, about how he'll debate anybody, anywhere, anytime. Well, he backed out because the club member was going to be there. So that's the story about that. And, you know, to even get onto a debate stage with somebody like me or Black Dragon, first of all, this guy's never wore a patch in his life, so he can't talk about anything about the motorcycle club world because he don't know. He actually flunked out of Iron Order's hang-around period. So he don't have much credibility when it comes to motorcycle clubs because you can't talk about something that you never were a part of or never went through the process of or failed getting into the process.
You see, and that's why I even told him on the post we were going back and forth, I even told him, you know, this is from one independent biker to another. So in that aspect, I hate to even put myself in the same boat with him, but in that aspect, we share that. Okay.
Right.
I'm an independent biker. Okay. I just like motorcycles. I like to ride. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never ever been in a club before. All right. Now, here you got another guy who's not in the club. So I figured why not get his views and get my views? Because being that, you know, they seem to be, depending on what video you watch, to be so different. So let's go head to head on an open mic and have a talk. But he kept diverting it. And what he does is he'll say, I accept this. This is what he does. This is his game that he plays. I've seen it because he did it to me. He'll say, I accept, and he'll go on a ramble. You'll respond and say, okay, well, we're going to do it this, and this. And, on this day. Then he'll say, well, these are the requirements that I want met. He'll give you a laundry list of stuff. Then when you respond to that and answer him, he'll remove it and then make another comment. You got nothing to say? So then you respond again. Then he'll remove it until the point where you get tired of him doing it and you stop responding. And then he'll say, you see, people, another one I intellectually stood up to when they backed out. So then other people are reading it. They see all his comments, and he looks like he's calling you out to the debate, but he removes all of yours. So it looks like that, you know, he called you out on it, on the conversation, on the debate. And when you stop responding because you get tired of acting like a cunt over the internet and going back and forth with him, and you just leave it alone, then it looks like, you know, to his audience, see, another one who backed out, called me out. I said, okay, let's speak, and he decided to back out of it. That's the game he plays because he's doing it with me now. So
right.
I'll be honest.
You're seeing firsthand the way he is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you hate to give this guy any type of exposure because every time you mention his name, people are going to get curious. So they're going to go on his YouTube channel, and he's going to get views. Whether you hit dislike or like or whatever, he's still generating traffic. So you feel like you're shoveling shit against the high tide because it's a win-win for him, you know.
Right.
But my goal was to try to make people see that the guy's full of shit. Because my goal at the end of the day was nothing more for people to take him for what he is a lying sack of shit. And I was hoping that he will lose subscribers to the point where he's sitting there talking to himself in a fucking mirror. Because a guy like him, the worst punishment you could give this guy, the worst, is make it to where he has no audience, he loses all his subscribers, and he actually has to go out and fucking work for a living to do something. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of sitting around and looking to start shit for no reason.
Well,
so
you bring up a great point because this guy's sitting out in the desert talking shit about motorcycle clubs, saying the most outlandish shit, knowing that he's sitting out in the middle of a freaking desert. And next thing you know, he comes up with this idea, I should start a 3-piece patch RC because I
want to talk about that.
And then you have these other fools come out here saying, well, I'll join with you. Well, where is this punk going to be when it's time to put up or shut up on the street? And that's one thing that I always preach is, okay, you don't like protocol, fine, but can you back your shit up? Because the U.S. Constitution don't guarantee you a patch. No. It don't guarantee nothing. So go ahead.
I really hope he starts that patch. I got a better one for you. Never mind people approaching. Let's just say, for argument's sake, nobody even approaches them about wearing a 3-piece patch. I want to know what he's going to do if a bunch of fucking idiots order that patch. Okay, they watch a couple of episodes of SOA or The Mines or whatever fucking show, and they get a wild hair up their ass that they're these big bad biker motorcycle clubs. What's he gonna do if these guys go out there wearing a patch that he designed, he created? Now he's the founder of it, correct? originally, so they'll be able to link it that he's the founder. What's he going to do when a bunch of them get busted, if they get busted for doing something stupid, whether it be drugs or some type of criminal act, and they try hitting him with a fucking RICO act?
Right.
What's he going to do with something like that? Because he's generating money. What happens if they're using money to buy more patches from him? They're using criminal money to buy patches, this and that. Is he going to still have that same outlook he has with the Mongols trying to get that their trademark and their logo taken?
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what's even more hypocritical of this guy? He talks about the Constitution and all that shit, but he's out there actually supporting a government agency to take away private citizens' rights to assemble.
Yeah, of course, because he's a fucking hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. I don't care what anybody says. This is my personal opinion, because I don't think he's smart enough to say the insults and shit that he's saying. I truly believe, and I mean, we could speculate on where it's coming from. I believe that he's being put up to say this stupid shit in hopes that somebody does something stupid and approaches him. And I'll be honest with you, the best way anybody could get this guy back is to take away his fucking subscribers to where he has zero fan base. No platform that preaches stupid shit, or if he does preach, he's preaching to maybe fucking 4 or 5 people. Financially, call him out on his fucking bullshit. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to expose him to show what a fucking liar, hypocrite that he is. Because sometimes he might even say something, not even believing it, but he's looking to get a rise out of fucking people. And the only way for an asshole like that is to take away his platform, to take away a fucking audience, to take away his podium to talk. Because without that, he's nothing. He's insecure. He's got issues. He's going through a serious identity crisis. He needs so bad to feel wanted and accepted that it's eating him alive, that everywhere he turns, when people find out what he is, they fucking tell him and they chase him away. Like, get the fuck out of here. They chase him away. They treat him, you ever seen the movie Goodfellas like Spider? They treat him like fucking Spider. Get the fuck out of here. You know, he's a clown. He's a joke. And he knows it deep down inside. So every time he goes on these rants on that he's an outlaw biker, and you know, he gave one video, the whole fucking thing was fuck the world. He's trying to prove it to himself. You know, it's like a guy who's always barking in a room. You know, I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker in here, this and that, screaming, yelling. Those are the guys you know ain't shit. Because they're not trying to prove it to them, because they know deep down inside they ain't about shit. They know it, and they're scared that you're gonna see it.
Right. Now, what do you think about that, him going around calling himself an outlaw, or this is outlaw living? It's funny, he'll bash on the real outlaws, but he wants to use all their shit.
Listen, he's obsessed with the image. He loves the image. He says he can't stand one percenters, that they're making it look bad, and they don't have a fucking right to, everybody has a right to wear what they want, and that's fine. Everybody has a right to do what they want. But at the same token, there's other people out there that ain't going to have the same view, and they're going to call you out on it. One thing he's knocking all outlaw motorcycle clubs. And then on another video, he was sitting there praising 81, saying that they're the Rolls Royce of 81, and he's an 81 supporter. So what, you know, like I said, so which is it? Which is it? That's what I wanted to ask him, because like I said, one video you're saying this, one video is saying that, and I'm not no outlaw biker. I don't pretend to be. I don't act like I be. I don't act like I am. I mean, I don't act like I be. But anyway, and he sure as shit isn't one. Just because he got a fucking an abandoned school bus and bought a fucking piece of property and converted the fucking school bus into a shed that he's living out of, and he hasn't taken a fucking bath since last Christmas. That doesn't make you an outlaw biker. I'm sorry. The man stands for nothing. He doesn't even know what the fuck he stands for.
Right. So he tries to say I'm a philosopher and stuff like that, and what people have to understand is his philosophy ain't shit. He's a reader of philosophy. He ain't a philosopher. Let me tell you, he ain't no, Socrates or shit like that. You know, he's trying to push off something, and it's all about content and all about making money. And what I really find funny is when people say, well, he rides 1,000,000 miles. Okay, you see it in videos, 1, 2, 3 videos that you dumbasses paid for in the first place to get him on them rides. But does that mean he's doing that every day like he claims? Nobody knows that. You're only seeing a few videos.
Listen, he, like I said before, he had a nice niche. The guy, if he is putting on those type of miles, okay, you leaving? Sorry, I was just saying goodbye to my wife. What do you call it? The guy may put on 1,030. He says he puts on between 20 and 30,000 miles a year. Like I said, he had a nice niche. Just sticking with that. Why he needs the need to be viewed as an outlaw biker I want to know why. It makes no sense why he's generating all this kind of fucking hate for no reason. He had a nice niche where he could have made a ton of money over the internet and YouTube. He could have got on your show and did some interviews or wrote some cool articles about his experiences. But he decided for some reason to go on this tangent, and maybe he felt that if he badmouthed Insane Throttle and he badmouthed Black Dragon and what he does, I think that may be his motive for that was to try to get the subscribers and pull them away and put them on his platform. I don't know, but I do know he is anything but a fucking any type of club biker. He doesn't. Well,
see, you know what? You brought up something right there, New York, where you said, "Well, I do about 20 to 30,000 miles a year." I know a lot of nomads and a lot of 1%er clubs that put on a ton more than that. So let me tell you, they'll go 40, 50,000, these nomads. So, he ain't nothing special when it comes to riding a bike, because a nomad will bury his ass, especially some of those old timers. But you're so right as far as the subscribers. Well, Job at a cunt, he learned real quick, how getting called out on the internet, he got sent to his little freaking corner like the bitch top caller he is. But, like you said, Chuck is going down the same road he is. The internet's ablaze with people talking about him right now, calling him all kinds of shit. And, I know there's a saying, bad publicity is good publicity, but this is really taking down his freaking reputation for what he was doing, like you said, as his niche, and, people are leaving him. And come to find out, he has to pay for he actually has to run paid ads to get people to his shit. And if you were any good, you wouldn't have to run paid shit.
Yeah, exactly, because his content, it's fucking played out, it's old, and it's fucking boring. All he's doing now is sitting in front of the camera and just bashing and ripping people apart for no fucking reason. I wanted more than anything to find out what his motive was. Why are you doing it? Why do you feel the need? Do you feel that it's going to generate more subscribers? Is this what it's all about? And then on another video, you brought up Big Pete. He was saying that he's got a new friend. This is how he puts it. I got a new friend, and me and Big Pete are getting real close now, and this and that. You could tell the guy's thirsty and starving for a friendship, somebody to lean on, like a big brother. And
then it comes out that Pete goes after his ass. That's how freaking rats do it with each other. You know how that works, man. They eat each other up.
Yeah, but that's how those guys are. They'll turn on each other for a minute because, like I said, they don't stand for anything but themselves. At the end of the day, it's all about themselves. Why do you think he makes videos that, his wife is out working, doing this, and this, while he's fucking sitting home making hate videos? He's a lazy piece of shit. He's got nothing to do but stir the pot. And then he plays both sides of the field. I told you, he's like that. I even put it in the article. He's the type of guy, if you're in a bar who has a couple of beers, he'll start talking shit to you. You'll try to ignore him because you know he ain't about nothing. He'll fucking come up to you, give you a shove. You want to step outside? And if somebody's stupid enough, they'll go, okay, you know what? I'll go outside with you. You go outside, and all of a sudden you got the cops rolling up because you called his bluff and they're waiting outside. But yeah, he's the one who invited you outside.
Right.
But because that's the type of guy you're dealing with. I've seen his kind 1,000 fucking times. He's a fucking joke. He's a dickwit is what he is. He's a fucking moron. And like I said, he had a chance to sit there on an intellectual level to rip me apart in front of a live audience, to fucking rip apart everything I have to say, everything about my article. He had a chance and he won't do it. But yet he sits there and he compares himself to he's a narcissist. He compares himself to fucking Greek philosophers, and the guy's a fucking moron. And what he does is he goes on all these different channels. I noticed too, he's got some of the same exact titles that were up before him on his titles on his videos. That Screw the Tramp Scotty or whatever he calls himself. Well, he was using the same titles as him So, like I said, the guy's going through an identity crisis. He looks around and sees, okay, who has a lot of subscribers? Oh, a lot of people are following Insane Throttle. Let me hear what he has to say. So then he'll grab some of the titles, make you think it's about the same thing, but then he's ripping you apart. And then he'll say the same exact, he'll make a title the same as Black Dragon. And then and then you go on that video and it's the total opposite. He's drawing straws. That's why the best way you get it, the best payback for a guy like this is to take his fucking subscribers away and call him out on his bullshit.
Right.
That was my whole goal. That was my.
Well, you bring it up. What do you think about this shit? He talks about Black Dragon and stuff. Now, Black Dragon's the ex-national president of the Black Sabbath MC, who's been around since the 70s. They bumped out of Cali and shit like that. Some hardcore boys, for 99%ers and shit like that. But for Chuck to try to go after a man that ran an organization like that, and here he couldn't even freaking pass the Iron Order hang-around period, is saying a lot. And, I know Black Dragon tries to stay away from his bullshit because he is actually beneath Black Dragon when it comes to this lifestyle and shit. But I actually talked to BD this morning. I was like, man, shit, this motherfucker thinks he's all that. He thinks he gets on an intellectual basis with everybody, and he's more ignorant than anything. Like I said, we invited him when he took his trip here to Chicago to have a debate in Chicago, and comes back, says, well, I'm too busy. Now all of a sudden it was too busy to travel. It's either make up your mind, but the real truth of the matter is you did not want to be in front of a club member, because he was confronted by two red and golds in a dealership in New Mexico, and I guess he had to get some Pampers and shit like that because he was told what was up. He was given that warning. So maybe that's why he's all up against motorcycle clubs or what, but hey, other people get their opinion too.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, as far as BD goes. Let's look at it as a mechanic thing. You go on YouTube, you got a problem with your motorcycle. You're not used to spinning wrenches. Are you going to listen to a guy who's a certified mechanic, who's worked in it and been in it his whole life, or are you going to go and listen to a guy who's never spun a wrench before? That's the same exact fucking, that's the same exact thing. The same exact comparison. Obviously, Black Dragon knows what he's talking about. He's lived a life. It's been a part of his life. It's in him. It's in his veins. So he knows what he's talking about, and he's telling you, he's giving you an inside perspective of what guys are expecting and looking for. So this way, when you go to talk to one, or you find yourself in the scene, you don't make a jerk off out of yourself and an asshole.
Right.
Okay? So, or you're going to listen to a guy who's been chased away from multiple clubs. He has a problem with clubs, so why does he keep trying to get in them? And why do they keep telling him to take a fucking walk? You understand? Right. So you're going to sit there and listen to him. Or maybe they want to go listen to Big Pete, somebody who was fucking out bad. When somebody's out bad, you could compare it to being in the military. You might have been in the military, but you got a dishonorable discharge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you listen to him? Big Pete,
right.
In his book and everything, it shows you that the guy is a snake. He's about nobody but himself. At the end of the day, it's all about him. But yet you're going to listen to him about brotherhood,
right?
And then he's got that better biker, whatever it's fucking called. I don't even listen to that nonsense. But they're sitting there talking. They're talking about. I never heard anything about the 99%. That's some go up to a 1%er and say you're a 99%. See what the hell they tell you. But then he's talking about 2%.
Right.
So he carves out a
well, what was funny
himself.
about that, how hypocritical he was, because that was another scheme. He does like Chuck does, is try to make controversy, because he was going after BD on that shit. And what was funny is 99%er started in 1962 in our own town of Chicago with the DC Eagles. They wear the 99% no fucking good patch. So that's where he, blew up his whole argument right there. He made himself look like an asshole. And then when his former club came out and made a statement, and most people don't understand, when a 1%er club of that magnitude comes out and makes a statement to the press, you better look at it and think about it, because they usually don't do that shit. And they did it because they didn't want people getting taken advantage of it by, Java. They didn't want them, taking advantage, because, it was funny, earlier on in that group you were talking about, he started talking about patches, should we make patches up? And right there and then, it's how ignorant people are if they did read the book. You know, he tried to start up that cosmic rider bullshit and make money off of unsuspecting bikers, and he talks about it in his own freaking book, how he did it for the money only and how he cut out his own club. So it's like, how do people not think about what the hell they're dealing with out there?
The guy is putting it in print. He's pretty much saying, listen, I've always been this way. I don't give a fuck about nobody but myself. What makes you think a nobody? You never met the man. What makes you think he's going to give two shits about you? You understand what I'm saying? But yet people want to sit there and they're actually contemplating putting on a fucking, on a patch that they create up and put it on their back. Or is that really what you want to fucking stand for? A bunch of fakes? Right. A bunch of lying fucking cowards. If that's what you're about, then, you know, by all means, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck what the next man does. But I'm just curious how people could buy into that bullshit. See, I had another guy on there that's, I think he has two other guys. I don't even know their name. I think one guy's name is Judge, who fucking, looks like he fucking died 5 years ago and forgot to fall down. Okay. And you got, fucking another guy talking a part of him, and now you got Chuck. I mean, this is some fucking crew you got together. I mean, that's some fucking all-star of fuck-ups. And that's well,
you know
what people are buying into?
What's even funny about that New York is they're in this group talking about it's about education and freedom. Well, one, he deletes anybody who don't want to, see his viewpoint. But you also got people that are in clubs. You know, granted, it's on the opposite end of the fucking aisle, but they're in clubs actually following this fucker.
Yeah, because they don't know no better. They don't know no better, and it shows what the fuck they stand for. And like I said, it's those type of guys that go out and do stupid shit that put a bad name on the other guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna pick, because when people sit there and judge bikers as a whole, they ain't gonna sit there and concentrate on the toy runs and the shit like that and focus how most outlaw clubs generate more money for do more fundraisers than any other organization to help abuse kids and this and that. They won't bring that up. They'll bring up the stupid shit that guys like fucking Chuck Cheese talks about, and fucking Big Pete and his other two fucking those other two bookends that he's not fucking talking. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting, and I really thought that I could step in and maybe as an independent biker step in and say, wait a minute, from one independent to a biker to another, you claim that you're an independent. If you're really an independent, what's the need? And you don't want to even associate yourself with that. Why would you even think about making up a patch? And anybody who's listening out there, and this ain't your views, this is mine, so I don't want anybody to make you wear the black eye for what I say. But my outlook is, if you're a true, real independent biker, what's the need to put a fucking patch to announce it to the world? You riding down the highway in your fucking hoodie, your hoodie sweatshirt, or riding on with a vest on with no patches, clearly shows. Clearly, that's one big patch in itself, letting everybody know you're an independent biker. Why do you need to look the part if you don't want to even be associated with clubs? Why do you even want to look like you're part of a club? Isn't it good enough if you're really about just riding and this and that? And isn't it good enough just climbing on your bike and riding down the fucking highway by yourself? Isn't that what a real lone wolf is?
Right, exactly. What do you think of his viewpoint of the way he looks on protocol and shit like that?
He doesn't even know what the protocol is. He doesn't even. That's the problem. I can't even draw a conclusion on it, because, like I said, one show he's saying that he's a true independent, he's a Sigma male, and the only ones that'll ever make it in a brotherhood are the alpha males. And then he gives his whole line speech how being an alpha male is no good. Then he goes on and says like BD is a beta male, and he goes down a whole list about what that stands for. And then on another video and another post, he's saying I want to start my own 3-piece RC patch.
Mm.
So it's like I can't even draw that's why I really wanted this open mic debate with him, because I wanted him to take a final fucking stance on what he truly believes right then and there, because he's so all over the place depending on your fucking video. And that's what I said. The guy's going through a clear identity crisis. Clearly.
Right.
So it's hard for me to draw. The only view I have about the guy is that he's a fucking moron about anything that comes out of his mouth, because there's nothing believable. He doesn't stand for nothing. His view changes from minute to minute. One video, it's God bless the world and the birds are chirping. It's a beautiful place. And then he'll post another video up 20 minutes later. Fuck this, fuck that. I'm an outlaw biker. People don't know the true meaning of the word outlaw. I'm an outlaw because I fucking live in the middle of the desert by myself. And he claims to live off the grid. Living off the grid, he's got all the fucking pleasures of everyday life. I don't get where even that's a fucking point. Even that niche he fucked up. He's a fuck up all around. He lies to people, tells them he's from fucking Chicago. He's not from Chicago, riding around with that fucking the Chicago bottom rocker on his back. Then he tells. Oh, that
pisses a lot of people off. Let me tell you, in Chicago, because you got a lot of people that grew up in the burbs and shit that say they're from Chicago. You know how that is shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want somebody like him wearing a thing that says Brooklyn, because people meet him and they're like, "Wow, this guy's a fucking asshole." Then they may think everybody from Brooklyn thinks like that.
Right.
He's an embarrassment. He's a fucking embarrassment, is what he is. He
actually is from Tinley Park, and for people who don't know of this area, that's 40 miles outside of the Chicago city limits.
I don't know much about the man, but I guarantee you he's one of these rich kids who lived a coddled life, okay, with all the pleasures, grew up in money, because he talks about he has no good insurance and this and that, except, he was in the Navy, and he goes on that. Then he goes on to explain how he's a protector for everybody, why he gave himself. He's got on his cut, he's got an American flag, and right under it he's got an iron cross. And he says that he awarded himself with that iron cross because during Bernie Sanders thing, people were getting their boots at some type of a rally tossed around, and he was the protector for all of them. So he felt that it was necessary as a protector that he would put on the iron cross. Like I said, the guy's a narcissist. He's a sick bastard, is what he is.
Right. And I bet he don't even know what the meaning of that iron cross is. Let me tell you.
No, he has no clue. The guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's drawing straws. I hope anybody who's listening, do yourself a favor. Don't even fucking look on his videos. Don't even listen to what he has to say, because he's fucking clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a hypocrite. The best thing you could do with a guy like this, if it gives you the opportunity to call him out on his bullshit, is to have an open mic with him. But if he's not willing to do that, people need to just walk away. They need to he won't
debate you, will he? Because he's tried to contact us, say this and that. You seen the video where I called him out, but he won't. He keeps on saying, you backed out, they backed out. Nobody's backed out of nothing. We're waiting. We gave him a date.
Like I said, and he kept removing the posts because I knew he was and he was removing mine, so I kept screenshotting my responses. Because it looks like I'm not even answering him half the times, or he's only leaving out part of it, so he makes me sound like a fucking idiot, that I'm not even addressing his problem. I even told him, I said, why do you keep diverting this? I said, regardless of whatever beef you have between Black Dragon, I said, and Hollywood, that's neither here nor there. That doesn't pertain to me. Okay?
Right.
Hollywood was nice enough to give, because I don't have a platform. Okay? Hollywood was nice enough to offer Insane Throttle as a platform for me to speak and for you to speak. Okay, so stop going back to diverting to Hollywood backing out and Black Dragon. But this is not between them and you and me. This is between just you and me, one independent biker to another. You got your views, I think, kind of, depending on, your fucking mood. You got your views. I wanted to give him a chance to give a long speech on what he feels a real outlaw biker is and what they stand for. I wanted him to give his views on what makes him feel that he's an outlaw biker. I wanted him to give his views on why he supports the Mongols getting their trademark seized and taken away. And I wanted to give my views against all of that. But according to him, that's not clear cut enough. So then I even tried another route. Okay, fuck all that. Why don't we just have an open mic where two guys talk man to man? I said, can't you think on the fly for yourself? Can't you just talk man to man without fucking having a fucking what was it, a premise of what we're going to talk about, a fucking itinerary. We'll just shoot the shit on an open mic. That wasn't even good enough. He removed that. So then he went down a long list. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you on December 8th at 7 o'clock. And he says, but I want, and then he goes right back to it, but you need to answer these questions. And he goes, why did Black Dragon back out of a debate with me? Why did Hollywood back out 2 times? And then when I respond, my shit gets taken down. And then he puts another post up. You see, folks, another one who I call out and doesn't want to do it because they don't want to.
He's real well known about having multiple Facebook profiles too.
Yeah, and, you know, it's frustrating. And like I said, you know, do I even bother making any more comments? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to say my side when, see if Hollywood will give my side of what happened. I already put that article out. At some point, you know, if these assholes want to follow something like that, you know, then my opinion, they're assholes too. Because if you go buy into that, you're a fucking moron. I mean, it's clear. All they got to do is watch his videos. The guy's all over the place. And if that's what you're about, then go be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what else I could say. I mean, if the guy changes his mind, I'm more than willing to talk to him on an open mic, on your platform or whatever like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I can't force the guy. At some point, you got to say, you know what, you got to shrug your shoulders and say, you know what, fuck him, you know.
Right. Well, it's already getting to that point for us all now because that's the way this fucker does. You know, like you say, he says one thing, does another. And all that bullshit. He's just, you know, what can I say? He's a big wannabe, man. He never could get past 2 clubs' membership prospect times and all that bullshit. So now he's pissed off, you know. But if you can't get out, you know, past Iron Order's hang around period, you need to hang up on the MC shit and stick to what we're doing in the first place. And I actually feel sorry for Scooter Tramp Scotty, man, because he's got a really damn good platform, and I don't think he wants to be associated with some asshole like this, because Scotty's out at those damn rallies all the freaking time around club members, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, and what he's doing is he's actually taking some of the exact titles that Scotty's using and putting it on his, so you'll see them you'll see Scotty's on your search, and then it'll on the YouTube search, and that fucking Dick with Ears will be right under him.
Right.
You know, so and he's actually latching on to other people. I don't even know if the guy knows about it. I see that because I was watching a couple of videos because Scotty's got some really good videos, and that's
Scotty's an awesome freaking guy.
I love those videos. He shows pictures, he gives stories, and you know, I love it. And originally, that's what I thought. Chuck Jives was gonna fucking what was about until I started watching more and more videos, and then I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this nonsense? And then I'm like, you know, and then before you know it, I got sucked in to getting aggravated, and I'm like, I got to write a fucking article about this guy. This guy's an imbecile.
And you own Validus Throttle and Validus Fitness too, and that's a platform that you post your articles on.
Yes. Yeah, it goes on out of the box clothingandproducts.com, and I have a blog on there that people go, you know, they can look at all the shirts and all the apparel that we sell, but under it it'll say blogs, and I'll put my articles on there. And that was another thing I think he kept getting confused. He kept saying, well, Jimmy's at it again with my article, because at the end of the article it clearly says New York on the bottom. So he's like, Jimmy's at it again. He's saying this, and this with my article there. And I put on his post, I was like, get it right. I said, that was me. That was Validus Fitness, New York. That was me who said that. I said, get your facts straight. And then me and him started arguing once he realized it was me, but then he diverted it. It was almost like he didn't even want to acknowledge me, and he got a hard on for you and Black Dragon, and he kept bringing up Black Dragon and you, because I really believe his motive is he wants your subscribers.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I know it's going to.
Our subscriber base looks at him like he's the biggest moron there is. And, you know, because our guys, you know, like you can smell a fake. Anybody can smell this fake. But I just feel sorry for Scotty because he throws his name around a lot. And, you know, if I was Scotty, I'd be like, hey, man, shut the fuck up. I have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, I don't know Scotty on a personal level. I just watch his videos, and he seems like a real chill guy who wouldn't even want to get wrapped up in the bullshit. But you know, it's too bad you couldn't get him on, or get him to, you know, to say, you know, is this the type of guys you want latching onto you?
Right.
I mean, really, because we need to somehow, some way, expose this guy, Chuckie boy. We need to expose him for what he really is, so he could fucking, so his audience could see that he's spewing bullshit.
Right.
But, you know, there's going to be a certain percentage where no matter what you showed them, they're going to follow him anyway because, you know, there's other fucking brainwashed cowards out there who think just like him, and they're glad that they have somebody who's an idiot and stupid enough that's not going to get embarrassed to make themselves look like a fucking asshole on videos. And like I said, anybody who's ever watched his videos, you don't know who you're getting from one video to the next. His views are all over the place. What the fuck the world means, outlaw bikers, this and that. I mean, it's a subject that he's beaten to death, and he clearly doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Because if you had no respect, if you're a Sigma male and you have no respect for alphas and beta males and this and that, why did you even attempt to get in a club before then? Why would you even waste your time? You know, why would you even want to do it? And then he's talking about, I can't stand any outlaw biker clubs, this and that. And on another video, he's 81 is the Rolls Royce of motorcycle clubs, and I love those guys, this and that. But the other video I just watched, it's fuck all outlaw clubs.
Right.
You know, I don't even know what the fuck to say. I mean, talking about the guy, I get fucking dizzy. Because it's like chasing your tail with him. But that's why I really wanted to get him on a fucking platform so we could take one last final fucking stance, a clear-cut stance where we could actually, okay, is this how you really feel? Is this how you really, really feel? For him to say, yeah, this is how okay, well, now let me tell you why you're a fucking moron. Right. That's what I was hoping to do, but, you know, it ain't going to happen. If he changes his mind and if he reaches out to you, you know, let me know. I'll fucking be on an open mic in 2 fucking seconds to talk to this guy. I don't need to sit there.
Well, you know, that right there, as we end this segment, what would you say to him?
I would say that he's by far, no way, an outlaw biker. If he wants to label himself a biker, he has a bike, he has a motorcycle, he stacks on miles. Okay, that I'll accept. Is he an independent biker? I don't know, because he's an independent biker, but yet he keeps trying to join all these different clubs. I think he's a fucking moron. He has no clear-cut understanding of what an outlaw biker is or what they stand for. Him wanting to support the Mongols getting their patch taken away, and then on the next video saying how he really wants to start a 3-piece patch and start an RC. Goes against everything that he's trying to stand for, because if they take away the Mongols patch, that's just a fucking president to do it to everybody else. They're going to work their way down the list, is what they're going to do. So they're eventually going to do it to him. And I want to know what happens when he's wearing his patch, because he supports establishments not wearing their cuts into bars and this and that. So I want to know what happens when he's wearing that 3-piece patch that he wants to create, and he tries going into a bar. And they tell him, sorry, you got to take off your vest. You can't wear that in here. I want to know, is he going to go through the whole, this is the Constitution, and this is against the Constitution, and this is my legal right to be, you know, freedom of speech, to wear what I want and to walk into any establishment. I wanted to know how he feels about that, if he wants to start his own RC. And what's he going to do, God forbid, if he ever does start that RC? What's he going to do when if a bunch of guys wear that patch and they get busted for something fucking stupid, and they try, and the Leos try making it that he was in on it because he's the founder of that fucking, moron, fucking Bandit Club or whatever you want to call it. I want to know what he's going to do about that. But I'm not going to get those answers. So. Well,
you know, the challenge is out there, you know, and this is his last chance, because I'm sure he'll hear this one. With you. So the challenge is out there. You got one opportunity to prove what the hell he's about. My guess is he'll come up with some bullshit excuse because it don't work into his plan, and he don't want to get destroyed live on freaking this platform, let me tell you. But New York, I really appreciate having you on the show, and we'll keep on this, man. We'll keep our ears out, and hopefully this, Chuckie Cheese let's see what he's really about if he comes on and backs up his shit with you.
I hope he does, and I just want to say I thank you for everything. I appreciate you. You know, you're one of the few guys on the subjects that's willing to respectfully listen to both sides, and you give a platform for guys' voices to be heard. And I want to, you know, I don't know if you get thanked enough for it, but I want to say on a personal level, man to man, I really respect what you're doing. I appreciate it, and I thank you for letting me use your platform to get some ears out there to hear what the fuck is really going on. I respect everything you're doing, and I hope you keep going forward, and I hope you keep growing, because guys like you, we need more of you. And especially guys like you and Black Dragon. I appreciate it, and I got nothing but respect for you.
Thanks for all that, New York. We appreciate it, man. And I'll keep you informed on what's going on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Stay warm, man.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hi, this is James Hollywood Machikari. Hop on over and check out our new YouTube channel where you can hear Motorcycle Madhouse and watch the Biker Angle. You can look up the new channel by going to our website, HarleyLiberty.com, or Insane Throttle Biker News in the YouTube channel search bar. Don't forget to have that prospect hit the subscribe button and that bell in the upper right-hand corner so you will always be up to date with the new channel content.
Motorcycle Madhouse with James Hollywood Machikari.
Yep. Good to go.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
So there you have it, folks. You had that live interview with the Cossack 1%ers giving their side of the story to that Mark White deal. And I want to thank New York for coming on and spending a great deal of time with us on the show today in regards to Chuckie Cheese, as we call him over here. But all kidding aside, somebody like Chuckie Cheese is out there doing some pretty dangerous stuff. And for those that follow a guy like that, basically all I have to say is you get what's coming to you. All he's out there doing is trying to make the money for himself, try to get the subscribers. That's why he's trying to cause all the controversy he is doing. So remember that next time you subscribe to him. He was given a chance to give his side of the story on Insane Throttle's Motorcycle Madhouse, but he has refused, instead going down, as I can say, a children's avenue of way of doing things. He wants to play games where Insane Throttle don't have the time to be playing games with them. He was offered the chance to debate myself in Chicago live, where people could have seen myself, him, and a member of a motorcycle club in the debate. Instead, again, he refused to show up because a motorcycle club member would have been there. So, whatever he has to say, Insane Throttle don't back off from nobody. You guys all should know that by now. But we really appreciate you guys listening in today. Don't forget to go over to our YouTube channel where we have Motorcycle Madhouse shorts every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. And our lives at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, going over the news of the day. But with that, I'll talk to you guys all later, and you guys have a good week.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Motorcycle Madhouse. Don't forget to go over to Insane Throttle's new YouTube channel and check me out over on Biker Angle. Also get your daily dose of biker news every morning at HarleyLiberty.com. If you haven't done so already, go like the new Motorcycle Madhouse Facebook page, and until next week, I'm James Hollywood Machikari, and remember, keep that throttle cracked wide open.